Connors, Degrassi, Unpopular Opinions. Hey there, Heather, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter. I welcome you to another Degrassi Unpopular Opinion / hot take. And this one is kind of adding on to the one I did a while ago. Back in April, I uploaded a video about Tristan and Maya in season 13. Basically, why Tristan was such a jerk towards Maya in season 13. So basically, I'm going to deconstruct one of the most controversial lines and endings to a Degrassi episode ever. In Next Class Season 3, in the episode I'm Sleep, basically, Tristan is up from his coma, and basically Miles tells Tristan everything about him and Lola, and Tristan understands, and Tristan doesn't want to keep Miles from being happy and all that, which is nice. But basically, I'm Sleep also was when Maya tried to kill herself because she just couldn't get past her problems. And it seemed like no one was helping her. So basically, she decides to give notes to take care of Sig and all that. And then basically goes to the bus to kill herself with pills and wearing headphones. But then she fails and she thinks she's doing something wrong, but basically she didn't let the pills kick in. And basically, they kick in a little while later while she's on the roof. I cannot understand Sig and Esme's cannot thank enough about Sig and Esme's insight and basically realizing Maya was on the roof. How did they know? So basically, Sig and Esme find Maya on the roof, convulsing. Esme tells Sig not to make Maya throw up because she might choke on her own vomit. And basically, because she saw her own mom kill herself in front of Esme's eyes at age 10, she knows what to do. So basically, they save Maya, and Maya is okay, and everyone surrounding her. And then Tristan says, "Anybody up for pizza?" And then the shit must have hit the online fan sites because they're like when you look at the reaction to that episode, it's basically like why the hell would Tristan do that? All that. That has got to be the worst feeling in the world. Like, Maya is recovering, and then Tristan says, "My pizza." What is with that line? So basically, this is the popular opinion is that the "I want pizza" thing is not an attempt to screw over Maya as you think it is. Now, I'll explain myself in detail, but basically, as I said in a previous video, season 13, that Tristan was in love with Mr. Yates and all that. And Maya was concerned about Tristan because Mr. Yates was groping him or grooming him, if you will. And basically went to the authorities. Mr. Yates was investigated. Tristan blew up at Maya basically by saying that, why are you trying to ruin my relationships? Just because, I like Miles doesn't mean you have to ruin him. Maya tries to say, I was concerned about you. I knew I had to do something. And Tristan's like, you have all these people wooing over you, like Miles. And you're just like angry because I have track to Miles. You can't leave Miles and me alone and all that. And then basically Maya loses Tristan as a friend, and basically Tristan becomes so aggravating that people just wish that he'd disappear. Season 14, Tristan and Maya become friends, but only because Maya apologized to Tristan. Like, fuck Maya, why did you let Tristan get to you? If you're so desperate for friendship and all that, focus on Miles, not Tristan. So basically, the whole problem is that, Tristan didn't understand that Maya was trying to have a new approach to helping her friends because she felt bad about Cam and all that. I know in season 14 it came out that basically she figured she needed help. She didn't mention Cam by name, but basically, all the things that she dreamt about Miles happened to Cam. And basically, she just wants to make sure that Miles is okay because she doesn't want a repeat of Cam. And, Miles says, I feel like killing myself because he has a cold and all that. Maya takes it the wrong way. And basically, Sig and someone else. Was it Zoe? Tried to help her out and says, I can't let this happen again. It happened once. I can't let this happen again. And, she has a panic attack and they help her. Like, I know that Maya was worried about Miles's well-being, mostly because Tristan wasn't treating Miles that well and all that. But anyhow, so Tristan and Maya had this problem because Tristan was so pissed off with Maya for ruining his relationship with Mr. Yates, and then Maya had to apologize and grovel. Like, what the hell? And a lot of people were happy that Tristan was in a coma because he was self-serving and a piece of crap, if you will. Not my opinion. That's their opinion. I mean, Tristan to me was just a typical member of the LGBTQ2+ movement who just wanted to find love in all the right places. And I think he was jealous and he was upset that Miles would go towards Maya because Miles is bisexual and Tristan seems to be homophobic in a sense, or biphobic, if you will. I think that's the proper term. But anyway, yeah, I think Tristan wanted to be with Miles so badly. It's like, he was upset when Miles chose Maya over him. I mean, why couldn't Tristan find somebody and all that? I don't think it would be that hard to find. Hell, Tristan basically almost killed himself looking for a right man by exercising and losing the weight and all that. Remember, Tristan was chubby when he was first on the show for the first season, and then basically he was just slender man. So it's hard to imagine. And did Tristan say the pizza line to screw Maya over? I say no. I mean, and here's why. Now, I did a little bit of research, and basically, people with coma brain, like, you come out of a coma, you don't have all your brain functions until, like, much later and all that. People coming out of comas at times can have memory loss and could basically act weird. Heck, I've seen some people heard about people coming out of comas, and basically they speak in a different accent and all that. I watched that Dr. Phil one, which basically the mother of one of the girls who had a stroke and then basically was in a coma and then had a British accent said that basically she's just nuts and all that. And Dr. Phil said no, there are people who actually can acquire different accents coming out of a coma, some kind of condition. I can't remember off the top of my head what it is, but I remember on King of the Hill that Peggy, when she had that skydiving accident at the end of season 3, and then basically, she had to learn to control herself, like try to do everything herself. Cotton was of some help, if you will, but basically Peggy started becoming more narcissistic. That basically she started to have a personality disorder, and people were like, "How did Peggy turn into a narcissist all of a sudden?" And then somebody said that it is possible that when Peggy plummeted to the ground, was in a coma and all that, that when she woke up, her brain reset, and basically she turned into this person who basically was very personal and self worth. Her self worth was too high. She was a narcissist because I think she basically said that she deserves a lot of things, including substitute teacher of the year, just because she got out of uh, a parachute accident and all that. Like basically, she did things for herself. She started to become greedy, and she basically thought she knew best. She pissed off Luann in a sense, and she kind of pissed Hank off also. But basically, she started becoming more unbearable and all that. Like Tristan's brain might have been reset during the coma and all that, but I think that Tristan's mind was not 100%. It's kind of like Claire sometimes. Because when Claire had her chemotherapy, because she had cancer, the myosarcoma on her back, basically the chemo messed with her brain and she made simple mistakes on an interview with Zoe. And basically she panicked because, that was not right with the Zoe interview. But basically, the woman who was trying to help Claire out with the magazine tells Claire that basically you beat cancer. That's worth it, and all that. I don't know the whole story, but basically, yeah. So a lot of people think that Tristan did this on purpose because he was upset over how Maya was and all that, and he kind of remembered how Maya effed him over in season 13. But in a sense, I say that's bollocks. I think that Tristan was thinking something, and it seemed to be inappropriate. I mean, I think he didn't mean it, but basically everyone thought that he was just being coy towards Maya and all that. So say what you want, but I think Tristan's coma brain was why he's at the pizza, and basically, he didn't know the gravity of the situation with Maya. Like, I think he knew, like in the final season of Next Class, but basically he didn't know all of it at first because he just came out of the coma, and you got to build your memory up and all that. So that's what I say on it. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. See you later.